can't block. Oh, he doesn't kill it though. Wow.
My herd grows ever larger.
Woo. Where's our questing beast? Ooh, the Heart of Keld would be nice too, though. Seeing as there's a land there. Not enough mana. Let's just snag that, I guess. Hey everybody, welcome back. Thanks for taking the time to watch Hello Good Game. We're chilling within Mythic today, 751. Amonkhet Remastered just hit Arena. We have a ton of new cards to be farming. We can buy packs, play seals, play drafts. So no matter which way you want to go to be getting these cards, you can get there. Rotation season hits in September. We're getting close to that. This will be the second rotation season within Arena. So the historic card pool is getting massive. And I think this will become the dominant queue within Arena as we progress. However, for those of you just starting out, you may struggle to get into the historic pool because it is so vast and you don't have quite the card pool to get there. So we are talking standard today, and Wizards was nice enough to release 15 new free-to-play decks to you guys. And we're going to go through and upgrade these decks within the following week or two, incorporating rares and mythics that you will only use within top meta decks. We don't want you guys spending your wildcards or trying to farm for wildcards that you will not use in other top meta decks. These decks are great, they're good entry, but they're not going to get you into the top mythic rank, right? We're gonna need to be using those top tiered 1 decks to get there. So to do so, we're gonna be using these decks to farm and my other free-to-play budget decks. Be sure to check those out as well. However, lots of you don't have the uncommons for that yet, so this is a great start. And I want to show you guys some potential upgrade guides for each of these decks to make them more competitive, get you farming cards at an expedited rate, maybe even competing in some of those constructed and historic events. So with that being said, if you find any value within this video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up and share the channel out to a friend. If you've been enjoying any content on the channel, I encourage you to go ahead and subscribe. It's a great free way to support me along this journey. We've got everything from free-to-play budget beginner guides, just general Magic the Gathering Arena beginner guides talking about the principles and archetypes behind this amazing game, some of the top-ranked standard decks, the best historic decks, great original Brawl decks, and some tools and tips, and then we even have a little bit of limited. So no matter what you're into within Magic the Gathering Arena, we have you covered. Subscribe to the channel, join for your chance to win up to 500,000 gems. Make sure to check out our Discord and enjoy this video. Hey everybody, welcome back. Thanks for taking some time out of your day to watch Hello Good Game. We are playing the new starter decks within Magic the Gathering Arena. We've worked our way through all of the monocolors. We've dipped our toes into a few of the dual color decks. Today we are playing Stomp, which is the Gruul deck. We get a Temple of Abandon, which is an amazing rare to add to your collection. Escape to the Wilds is pretty cool as well, especially in those adventure decks. Salvo, you know, this is a rare that I don't think will see too much play. The Iron Games also doesn't see a lot of play, but I think that it is much more viable within the majority of decks rather than the Salvo. And then Return of the Wildspeaker. This is a great card. You know, it's a little bit expensive. It doesn't give your creatures trample, but if you are playing with, you know, this Gruul aggro or maybe a Selesnya aggro deck, this could be cool to maybe push up all of your tokens. And last but surely not least, you guys, we get Terror of the Peaks. This is a mythic card within the deck from M21, the newest set that just came out, and it is one of my favorite cards within the set. A 5/4 with flying. When your opponent targets him with a spell, they have to pay 3 life to do so, and then whenever a creature enters the battlefield, we get to deal damage equal to its power to any target. So this is like pretty crazy, you know, in decks that flood the field with creatures, both big and small, to deal quite a bit of damage to your opponent, right? So quite a few really cool cards to add to your collection if you are new to the game within the rares and mythics in this deck. And I really appreciate that they've kind of laced these decks with some viable cards that you guys can pool together to help start growing that rare and mythic pool within your collection, right? So the Stomp Gruul deck revolves around removal and creatures, trample, and direct damage, right? So these are some things that we will typically find within the red and green archetypes. Green has trample, red has direct damage, green has big creatures and fight effects, and red sometimes has some shenanigans in that aspect as well, where if we do increase our creature's power or toughness, and then the removal, like I said. So Unleash Fury, doubling our power. Rimrock Knight, increasing our power. Dragonfire does damage. The Manticore does chip damage as well, and then the Bonecrusher Giant also does damage. Salvo does damage. Terror of the Peaks does damage. Leafkin Avenger can deal damage or ramp as well, right? So you can just see and start to learn how the different colors have specific archetypes that kind of blend together with the other colors. And then we looked at red there. So looking at green, the Brushwag has trample. Ramp through is a fight effect or damage effect plus trample. The Horn Beetle, +1/+1 counter. So that's something that we didn't talk about that is incorporated within green primarily. The Ramp is a big green archetype, right? Then we've got, I guess, more trample. And then, this is strange. So the +1/+1s are typical to green. The draw, I guess, is actually typical to green as well, and it's the ramp. So these are actually all typical green mechanics, but just in a weird form. So it doesn't really seem like it should be green, but then when you do break it down, it's like, well, yeah, that's actually all green things, right? The Warden, just a big creature. The Smasher, big creature. Avenger, big creature, plus it can ramp and deal a bunch of damage. And then the Wildspeaker helps ramp and draw as well. And then Escape to the Wilds is ramp and draw. So green, ramp, draw, fight, +1/+1s, trample. Red is, increasing your power, dealing direct damage, and some of those creatures as well. So that's the general feel for this Stomp Magic the Gathering starter deck, right? It is red and green, which is equivalent to Gruul. If you guys are hearing some of these deck names and you're unfamiliar, red and green is Gruul. I'm going to start trying to break that down for everybody on a consistent basis. So we're not going to look at this deck list in its entirety. You all already have it within the game. Go check it out, play a few rounds with it, get a feel for it, right? And with all of that being said, we will jump over to our upgraded version here, which is actually performing all right. Post-rotation Gruul is in a hard place, right? We've lost Pelt Collector. That's a 1/1 that powers up with +1/+1s and gains trample. It's the green, right? So this is an irreplaceable card. The only way we get close to it is with Stonecoil Serpent. And again, this is one of the upgrades I've added to the deck just to make it, more powerful, more consistent. Reach, trample, 0/0, protection from multicolored. It enters the battlefield with X +1/+1 counters on it. So it can fit any mana slot. It can be your 1-drop, it can be your 2-drop, it can be your 7-drop, right? Wherever you want to place it, it can go, which is really quite powerful. We have the Scorching Dragonfire still. The ramp stays the same. Ramp through is there. We've incorporated Scavenging Ooze. This is a 2/2. We can pay 1 to exile creature card from graveyard, put a +1/+1 counter on the Ooze. If it was a creature, you can exile any card, but if it was a creature, you get the +1/+1 and you gain 1 life, which is really nice. The Heart of Keld we've also thrown in there as well. First strike as long as it's your turn, and you can play lands from the top of your library, which is really cool. We can even pump it for 6, give it +X/+X, where X is the number of lands we control. The God of Destiny, 4/5, indestructible, as long as your devotion to red and green is less than 7. Cloyths isn't a creature, and at the beginning of pre-combat main phase, exile target card from a graveyard. If it was a land, ramp by 1 red or green source. Otherwise, you gain 2 life and deal 2 damage to each opponent. The Iron Game stays there. We've incorporated Garruk's Uprising. Now, this is just an uncommon, so an easy tuck-in. When it enters the battlefield, if you control a creature with power 4 or greater, draw a card. Creatures you control have trample, and then whenever a creature with power 4 or greater enters the battlefield under your control, draw an additional card. We've got Bonecrusher Giants involved here as well. Stomp for 2, deal 2 damage to any target. Combat damage can't be prevented, or even just any damage in general, I guess. The creature itself is a 4/3 that when it becomes targeted by a spell, it's going to deal 2 damage to that spell's controller, and it costs 3 to play as the creature. We've also got Questing Beast. This is just a must-have in most mono green and Gruul decks. It's a 4/4 with Vigilance, Death Touch, and Haste. Can't be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less. Combat damage can't be prevented by creatures we control. and then Questing Beast deals combat damage to an opponent, it's going to deal that much damage to target Planeswalker that they control as well. The Smasher is the same. We've just trimmed our levels. We keep the Tear, we keep the Speaker. We've added Vivien, Monstrous Advocate, a legendary Planeswalker coming in with 3 loyalty. We can look at the top card of our library, similar to the Heart of Keld, except instead of playing lands, we are playing creatures, which is quite nice. +1, creating 3/3 with Reach, Trample, or Vigilance on it. And then -2, whenever you cast your next creature spell this turn, search your library for a creature card with lesser converted mana cost and put it into the battlefield, which is absolutely busted, if you ask me. And then, yeah, we've got Escape to the Wild still in there, Salvo's in there, and then we've upped our number of temples as well. If you really wanted to go crazy, you know, you could put some Fable Passages in here as well to make it even more consistent. There's no sideboard. We're playing, you know, just standard today. There's no traditional, no best of 3. So those are our upgrades. And now I want to mention that, you know, there's certain things within the deck that don't fit perfectly within the synergies, like our Salvo, like Escape to the Wilds, like the Wildspeaker, and potentially the Terror. The Terror actually works not so bad though. So I don't want to trim the rares within the deck because for the people who are brand new, right, they probably don't have 4 Questing Beasts to put in here already, right? So they're going to be using the original list and then adding to it, using this as the inspiration, right? You know, if they've got 2 Serpents, you put in what you have. It doesn't mean you need to go craft your wild cards, save them for Zendikar Rising, use these free-to-play decks that they've provided. They're actually pretty good. And then just start to incorporate the rares that you have already within your collection. Play the game for what it is, have fun, don't worry about all those crazy people at top of the ladder, right? So even this deck has a lot of rares and mythics in it, and that's why I say don't worry about having them all. I just did it for demonstration purposes, and I wanted to let you guys know where you are headed with the free-to-play deck, right? That's why we start the video out with it. We talk about, you know, the mechanics of it. Now we get into the upgrades. The mechanics stay the same. We've not changed any of the gameplay mechanics, right? It's still going to be you know, the same strategy throughout all of your matches, which is play the big creatures, get those fight effects in, do a little bit of direct damage if you need, buff your opponents, or sorry, buff your creatures up, this and that, right? Where the deck really shines is the newly found card advantage. And this is done through the Heart of Keld and our Vivien. These are 2 cards that have been doing a lot of work in Gruul recently. Now, Gruul's not in a tier 1 position. It's like tier 2 maybe, probably. However, if you can start casting multiple lands from your library, multiple creatures, it's basically the equivalent of free turns if your opponent can't keep up value-wise. The card advantage you receive from Vivien and the Heart of Keld is psycho. So these are really where I like my upgrades to start, within the Heart of Keld, Vivien, and then we start in with our Questing Beasts, our Bone Crusher Giants, our Stonecoil Serpents, and our Oozes, right? God of Destiny, this can probably come in last. My highest priority is this Vivien and the Heart of Keld, just so we can start playing from our library, and then we start looking at the Questing Beast, you know, just because it's massive. It's got haste, vigilance, death touch, it does everything. Again, you don't need 4 copies of this, but put in what you have, and then we start to focus on our Bone Crusher Giant, which is some nice early game removal, and then we can, you know, split the difference between our Serpent and our Scavenging Ooze as well, right? And again, lands, you put them in if you have them. If not, don't worry too heavily about it. I really want to emphasize the fact that you do not need this complete list. Use the free-to-play list. Look at this one as comparison. Say, oh, you know what? I've got 1 Questing Beast, I've got 3 Serpents, I've got an Ooze, and I've got a Giant. Put them in, and then go from there. Keep farming your quests, you know, play in the Play Standard 2021. If you're, you know, feeling brave, take it into ranked. I think this deck is totally viable within the lower ranks. You know, maybe not in Diamond, definitely not in Mythic right now. But if you're in Bronze, Silver, or Gold, don't worry about which specific deck is best. Really just focus on yourself, focus on your play lines, focus on your ability to mulligan so your hands aren't being held up. Again, you never want to stray away from your curve. You always want to be hitting that land every turn, probably until 5 or 6, right? So really make sure that you're never missing your land drops, and that's how you're going to improve and get out of those lower ranks into the higher ranks, and then it is going to come down from mulliganing into your instant speed interaction. So make sure that you're casting your instances on the latest possible step. So if it's removal or anything, you're doing it on their end step, flash, etc. don't be casting instant draws on your turn unless you need the lands to play. Make sure you're doing that on your opponent's end step so you can hold up the counters. But that's a whole nother video. That's got nothing to do with Stomp and Gruul and this Magic the Gathering Arena starter deck upgrade guide. I'm rambling. My apologies. So instead of taking a look at the deck list in its entirety, we've just kind of broken down some of the upgrades to the deck, and now we're going to get into the deck's strategies and synergies. Again, this does not vary from the original version. We are still focusing around big creatures with trample, potentially with haste is ideal. We have mana ramp, we have removal, and we have the ability to buff our creatures up with a itsy bitsy little bit of draw and even less life gain. So we can get there, definitely. Like I said, focus on your turn 1, turn 2, turn 3. This means Serpent is out on turn 1. Turn 2, right? You play your Ilysian Caryatid for the ramp, or you play your Scavenging Ooze. Turn 3, if you ramped, you can go right into your Questing Beast, which is amazing. If you didn't ramp, maybe you're playing your God of Destiny, maybe you're playing your Heart of Keld. God of Destiny can help you ramp as well. But again, I think I prioritize the Heart of Keld just because not losing card advantage is better than ramping from their graveyard. But again, just making sure you're playing a really good 1-drop, a really good 2-drop, a really good 3-drop, a really good 4-drop, and then ideally playing into either your Terror on turn 5 or 4, or your Vivien on turn 5 or 4, depending if you ramped or not. And then you just go from there, right? Try to keep getting value, attack, exile their graveyard, fight their creatures, exile their creatures or planeswalkers, etc., etc., etc. So it's very basic, and that's why I love, and I think a lot of beginners really like Gruul aggro. It's a very strong archetype. It's pretty straightforward. You take the ease of mono green creatures, where it's just like, I'm playing these cards, I turn them sideways, I bash you, they've got trample, I won. But now we're adding a little bit of jazz to the deck, right? In the fact that we have these fight effects, which are still incorporated within green, but the ability to deal some damage, right, and combine those two. So maybe he's got more toughness than our Ram Through can deal damage to. We can combine a Dragonfire with our Ram Through. It still dies and gets exiled. So they just mesh very well together, red and green, combining the trample and the big creatures with the fight effects and the strengthening of the power, and then the ramping to get them out quicker. It all blends together quite nicely. We don't have any Embercleave. If you have it, it could go in the deck. I mean, that's how these things go, is really base these decks off of your own collection. Don't take my list as the word of God, because this is just a base upgrade guide for you guys. This video is meant for beginners who are like, wow, there's 1,000 cards, I have no idea what to add to my deck. This is meant to provide a little bit of inspiration. It's going to send them in the right direction. They're going to get a feel of why the decks work, how they work, and then going forward, they should be able to build all of these archetypes on their own or on your own, right? So that is the plan. And with that all out of the way, before we get into our gameplay footage for the day, I really thank you for your time and attention. I'm live on YouTube every morning, 6 a.m. At 7 a.m., we jump over to Twitch, and then we're back on YouTube again at 6 p.m. All times are Mountain Standard Central. I believe it's -6 or -7. I don't know. You'll have to do the conversion. If you don't want to take the time to do that, though, all you need to do is subscribe to the channel, hit that bell icon, and you're going to be notified of everything I have to say and do from here on out, which is a great idea considering we have a 500,000 gem giveaway about to trigger. Like, we've got room for, 300 more subscribers before that triggers. So get in on that. Tell your friends. You do not want to miss out. You guys are going to be so sad if you do. So we're giving away a ton of gems. We've got free entry, brawl, and artisan tournaments, also with cash prizes. So a lot of really cool stuff going on within the community. Yada, yada, yada. If you found any value within the video, I really appreciate each and every thumbs up. It helps boost the channel's exposure and, provide some KD dinners for this guy. Thank you again. We'll see you after the video with my closing thoughts, our future plans for the channel, all that goodness. So take care, and I know you're going to enjoy Stomp, free-to-play Magic the Gathering starter deck upgrade guide. Peace! Typically, maybe not the greatest hand, but if we can just ramp into Vivien, that should be fine. Tossing away any other lands that we find. That can stay. Nice little draw engine for us. The ooze. Let's take the ramp. Without any creatures in the grave, you can't really make the ooze any stronger. Alright, just rely on the music to keep us awake during this match. He's not in that bad of a position. We just let him have the hit. No blocks. A secondary ooze, okay. We don't have an Uro, so it's actually not that bad, but still not great. Yeah, that sucks. We lose our mana. We wanted that. Alright. What works out? Not the worst anyways, I feel like. Let's hold on to it. Really? Okay, let's stomp the other one then. I'm fine with that. I was gonna wait until he tried to use his mana on it and do it instant speed, but if we have the opportunity to clear them both, we should. Alright, this is like super good game. That leaves us with 3. Actually, cancel. We don't want to take 2 damage for no reason. Now their Gargaroth is nice. Like, really, really nice. 3, 4, 5, 6 total. Wow. You just have to play the Death Touch, right? So he gets to kill it and draw a card. But, you know, it is what it is. Get it off the field, right? Oh, stop it. Doesn't get the draw there, though, at least. That's a good play, though. Really taking out our devotion there. Shoot! Try to play a land from the top. I mean, I guess it's fine. Ouch. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need 2 more devotion, which is our Vivien. It's got vigilance. Man, does that suck. We just take it. Hopefully no removal. That would get us. Okay, okay. 2 Pokranos, nice. I think we just need to ramp here. 1, 2. Yeah. What's up our devotion?
You want to fight me? That's precious.
And then we can add 2, 3, 4, 5.
Savagery loves company. I hope things get out of hand.
And now, I guess another questing beast. Right? The death touch is pretty cool. No attacks. Playing defensively. We got a nice field state out, right? That Vivien -2 is nice. Playing lands from the top, playing creatures from the top. That Elder Gargaroth, though, is sick. We can scorch it next turn with our Salvo. It's a hard equation for him, right? 7, 8 mana. Can play his Pokranos for 6. Gives him 2, plays a land, takes it to 3, and then he can fight the Questing Beast. Right? They both die because combat damage can't be prevented. But it's combat damage, nothing else. Okay, uses all of his mana. Right, that's fine. One, 2, 5, 6, 7. We could go to 8. 6, 7. We need a land off the top is the thing. So we need to draw the Salvo, play a land, play our Uprising, play our Wildspeaker, and smash. I just think that's how it has to happen. Right? No land on top. This 12/12 has trample. Doesn't matter though, we can salvo it.
Diversity is our greatest strength.
We could even push up pretty high still, right? +3/+3 on everything. He blocks 2 of our biggest, right? So we get 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Yeah, I think we just have lethal here. Oh, but are they non-humans? I think they all are. Yeah. I think we just give everybody trample, or does that not matter? I don't think it matters. Ooh, and the 6/6 isn't attacking. That's on us. So even if he blocks the 2/4s, he takes lethal damage, right? So he needs to have his creatures die. At the very least, the Mire Triton will die no matter what. But I'm just pretty sure that's lethal. I hate to do the math, but... Right, if he blocks these two, he still takes 8, 12, 16 only, actually. But then he loses so many creatures. And we've got his Pulchranos down in counters to the point where he doesn't have enough damage to kill us. Because of the first strike, you know, removed the counters and then it died and didn't deal any damage to us, which is really nice. We got 8 in the grave. Can get Pulchranos for exiling 6. But again, no haste. All he can do is fight us. You see just such advantage coming from the Heart of Keld and Vivien's Monstrous Advocate, letting us play from our library instead, because we would have been top decking and he would have won, because look at his hand. However, we're not really running out of any fire, which is quite nice. Keeping 7 here, 4 lands, pretty cool. A little bit of removal, a little bit of sustainability slash chip damage, and then some hopeful card advantage. The only bad thing about Escape to the Wilds is it can be countered pretty easily, and that sucks. You know, we'll keep the land for now, but just trying to get into that Destiny as soon as we can, turn 5. The 2 gods is kind of weird. We'll just snag this, you know, while we can before he gets anything else in play. Any mana to protect it, instant speed, etc. Fabled Passage in the Grave helps us ramp into the Wilds via our God of Destiny, which is great. Oh wow, nice. This helps ramp too, but let's just get it out there. Ooh. Nice. Alright, so we're getting rid of the land. That helps us ramp. Takes us to 4. The land will take us to 5. And the question now becomes, do we want to go into the Wilds or do we save that? I think we save it. Grab some defense, and now we're stacking our loyalty as well. Trying to get the God of Destiny in play, and then we can still use our Escape to the Wilds next turn. I guess trying to avoid Winota, or just like general pets. I love Renaissiri, so cool. Such a great card, Wizards. You can tap it for 3, right? any target equal to the number of cats you control, or the dogs you control, and then you gain life equal to the number of cats. Hey man, cats are killers too. My cat killed a baby bunny last night right in front of me. It was horrifying. Like, I get it, nature, but damn, bro. I don't really know if we need all the land. We don't really need the life either, though, so let's just ramp and maybe we'll use it. This does help our devotion, so we should probably go that route. Negative. Oh, that's a bummer. I was hoping to get another non-land. No attacks. We probably, and most definitely, should have escaped to the wilds there. There's too many dogs. There's too many cats. Right? He can tap and kill us and then hit for like 3, 4, 5, 6. At least. Oof. Oof. Well, the beast does help, but actually helps quite a bit. Right, we get the draw off it. It's got vigilance, so it can attack and defend. 1, 2, 3, 4. We are, what, 2 devotion, 3 devotion away. Again, Rin and Siri can just dominate us here, though, right? We got 1, 2, 3 dogs in play. I guess not quite, and he pulls another land. Or they pull another land. Interesting. Thinning the library. They could just deal the damage right to us, couldn't they? Yeah, any target. I would just hit us with it and then go wide. Oh, I see. You just have to. Does the damage, then gives it indestructible. It's just how it has to be. No, just trades with it. Wants to save the savior for his Rin and Siri. Down to 8, not good. I think we just need the life. We have 6 on deck. We need to instant speed this ram through. Wow, this is actually very annoying. Lurrus is a good pull for him. And the selfless savior is protecting him. Down to 6. Doesn't he only have 2 dogs? One, 2, oh, yeah, 3. Counts as one themselves. Oh, that's so annoying. I guess we should have pushed our ram through. Just to get rid of it, but then he could just replay it with the Lurrus. So annoying. If we had one more land, this would work a lot better. And we have to do the Bone Crusher on his turn. Right, if we could Bone Crush and Ramp through, we'd have a lot better chance, but we're a little bit shy on that land. Oh, stop it. That Animal Sanctuary is actually pretty cool. I think that's just game, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So he's tapped, but he can sacrifice this for, like, nothing. And he can just sack the dog in response. Is the easiest thing for him. Oh, we have to do it, right? Because we're still getting hit for 5. We die if we don't. Good game. We tried our best. Cry. Lots of lands. Lots of our upgraded cards in here. That's actually all we have. That's really nice. Let's take our Scry. Looking for a second force for our beast so the mountains can go. Yeah, no land for our Serpent, so passing off to Yorion's turn. Ooh, it's a mill. A little bit aggressive, don't you think? I guess let's just take his mana out from underneath him. We don't want him really milling either. Yorion into the hand. Let's just go sack our giant to his removal. We have to keep in mind of extinction events, so playing both odds and evens. Right, not trying to stack on one. Wow, this is like an Absent deck, really? Okay. Cultivate. He's going in deep. Missing that land, which hurts us. We've got an odd here, so I wouldn't mind going even. And our Serpent is both even and protection from multicolors. But that could be something we want to save. But let's just get that big body out. Right? Again, we play the Serpent next turn. Just get stronger. Pulling whatever removal he has. That Garruk. Gross. Gross.
Predators.
This is such a waste of mana. Wow. Oh well. Whatever, bro. That's why removal is so important. Let's smash Garruk, as he is very oppressive, right? That -3 to destroy. The 0 to make 2 2/2s, that when they die, you get loyalty. Gross. This is so good. Chromatic Orrery. He immediately has 5 mana of any color. That's oppressive. Terror? Oh no. It's a good thing we came prepared. Only one green source though. What a snipe by our Smasher. That's awesome. Get another Bone Crusher in play. Lethal next turn. We could have kept the Giant, but now he has to not use single target. He's got to use some of this shenanigans, which he absolutely does.
Got a good head on those shoulders. For now.
What a go-to move. Bringing all of those cards straight back. These 2/2s are going to deal a bunch of damage to us as well. Okay, no, he just destroys us. Woof.
Like you weren't
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not good. Yorion can bounce everything. He just wants to kill in our Giant instead. Nice, right? That's so good. Quite say Beast doesn't really do it like we want. We could Uprising into our Giants. Or we could cast a Serpent for, what, 4, 5, 6? But he could just bounce everything. Gross, 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 gross. So we're getting hit for like 1, 2, 3, 8, 11, 20. Yeah, we are getting blasted. And the protection from multicolor won't help us either. We're only going in for 6 as well. Dang, bro. I don't know. This is bad.
We were born for the hunt.
Right? Stop it. So the Serpent's dead. Yeah, there's nothing we're doing here. Good game. We tried. We tried. Eerie Ultimatum. Just ending games. I find all of the ultimatums are able to end games pretty well if they can get off. Yorion bounces everything. We take all of that damage again. Right? Because when these things re-enter, Terror will re-trigger. Just so much damage.
There are some things that cannot be hunted.
Right? Woo!
I am what
Woo! Get him, boy! That is delicious. Absolutely love it. Well, hopefully we can get a win here. This has been a tough experience for us so far. People are bullies. Let's ramp. I don't know how we're pulling these 2 copies of our Destiny God. We only have 2 copies in the whole deck. We do have a Fable Passage in the graveyard though, which is rewarding. Get rid of the removal, whatever. Let's go straight in to our escape into the wilds. Ooh, protection from the chosen value. Odd. I kind of want to go right in with Terror, but I think it'll just get removed, so let's be smart about it. Play additional lands? Yup. I think we can toss that. Questing Beast and a ram through. Ooh. Nice. Good hit. I never like to see Elspeth Conqueror's Death though. But lots of removal. Okay. Probably for 4 here. And then we can grab the draw when we play our Garruk. Even this time, that's fine. Oh, okay. I thought that was single colored removal. Ooh, Ultimatum in the grave. Alright. We want some revenge here, let's be honest. Let's take the land. We don't need life. Gives us 6, 7, 8 total. That'll give us 3. Which is not enough. The devotion is good. Yeah. And then we want to use terror next turn, right? It's a land on top. Annoying.
Precious.
Protection from even. So we're gonna get hit for 4. Almost regardless. That's on us. Because the 0 will be the even too. We should have thought about that a little bit more. Oopsie whoopsie.
Beauty lies in variation.
Right? Is it protection from ram through? Yeah, it definitely would be. The creature doesn't matter, it would be the ram through. Oh, that sucks. Let's take our draw while it's relevant, I guess. That land. You can just ECD it as well. It's fine. It's fine. Right? We can't block. Oh, he doesn't kill it though. Wow.
My herd grows ever larger.
Woo. Where's our questing
Get
beast?
out of hand for you.
Ooh, the Heart of Keld would be nice too, though. Seeing as there's a land there. Not enough mana. Let's just snag that, I guess. No tax. I guess if he has a Shatter or another ECD, that's great for him. Elder Gargoth's not that bad. Good game, though. Too much value. We go first. We got nice land. Decent cards in hand, too. Get our 1-drop in. That's a great 3-drop as well. Hopefully no quench here. That would be so sad. Scatter. Guess that's just as bad. Doesn't really do anything. It's not worth countering. Does it anyways, though. I guess it keeps us from 5, unless we pull a land. Revitalize taps him. Three serpents? That's kind of gross. I feel a little bit bad, actually. That is a big hit. 7 damage via the slithering snake. And he takes draw on our end step. Shatter sucks. We do get to draw though. That lets us push out a Vivien.
The arcbow quivers.
We plus to make a token, giving it vigilance, I guess. I'm not sure that we need reach.
I call, and Ikoria answers.
Fairy is annoying, but again, using his mana, so that's fine. We can minus our Vivien.
The arcbow is quite.
Play Terror.
Things are about to get out of hand for you.
Pull our Questing Beast. Right? Either way, it dies. Right, now we only have to hit for 1. So I would have taken the draw because it died either way.
I was out of sync.
Oh, Baneslayer Angel. Isn't that lovely? Protection from demons and dragons. And its target creature you control deals damage, so that's annoying. Hopefully, we have enough devotion. We do. We can't deal it to him because protection from dragons. But we can hit home, and then we can seal the deal with a little bit of a shockaroo in the form of a Stomp. Nice. Opponent goes first with lots of ramp here. Very little in the form of creatures, though. So we know what we do have for creatures are prone to removal. Looking for our second forest. I guess right now we have it in the form of our Ilysian Caryatid. But we have to kill the fox immediately. That's our only chance to get it is right now. Right, he's tapped before he can cycle it up to 3. And then we can hopefully play our giant or a creature and be able to ram through before he gets it back. Questing Beast up next. We don't have the land ready. But again, we just really want to prioritize having this ram through open. And he's just looking for the Zenith Flare. Okay, there's the fox. That's fine. Goes up to 2 and he's tapped again. Pushes it to 3. Right? He gets close, but no cigar. Two foxes gone. He's got 11 in the grave already, though. This flare is going to be massive. We have maybe a turn or 2 to kill him. He has one of those on his upkeep again in his hand. That's game. Good game. That's the cycling deck, you guys. Check it out. It's in my free-to-play playlist. The land's pretty cool. I mean, 2 forests into a questing beast. Scrying for that 4th land. Pretty sure this dog coughs up butterflies. That cannot be healthy. Look, that one flew right in its eye. It just doesn't seem healthy. Yep, anyways, just waiting for our opponent. Let's roll. Looking for that extra land. There it is. Sup, bro? Trying to get him to spend his mana on his turn. Right, trying to pull out the counter spell, so he's using his mana on his turn. Not into it though. Let's take the hit first. We know he's going to counter. Let's just throw the giant out to him. No. Maybe a shatter. He only has 1 plains, is the thing. The owl? Interesting. Let's keep the ooze alive. He can kill the giant. Down to 10. Let's take his bird. Next turn we can take our giant. Good game. Going first is great. 3 land. It's actually been really comforting within this deck. A little bit of removal. Again, playing land from the top. Serpent for 3, that's fine. Ram 3 works. Land from the top of the library is amazing. Let's just get that big body out there. Let him know that if he does want to pull any funny business, we're fine. And we could have attacked there as well because we had first strike. But again, the protection from multicolored would have negated that, and then we would have just died, so make sure to be thinking that through. First strike doesn't always mean confirmed kills. Primal Might, he would. Okay, so we're pulling the removal. He gets a big hit in this turn. Whatever. We're still playing lands from the top, which is amazing. Scrying this to the bottom. Questing Beast on top, that's awesome. Serpent for 4. Right, always kind of taking the pressure off the Heart of Keld. Putting a bigger threat on the board than she is. Gem Razor. Okay, that's actually nice. Goes to a 7/7. Whew! We're gonna have to play defensively here. And it kills our artifact creature. That's so nice. How do we come back from that? Wow. That does not feel good. Like, at all. The Death Touch from the Questing Beast will help, I guess. And then he plays a Henge. Stop it. Woof. If you play a creature with this mana, I'm gonna lose my mind. Playing from top of our library still. Questing Beast in play. Instant speed ramp through will actually save us. Vigilance can smash. Ending our turn. We can ramp through and block. Ramp through doesn't trigger from the Death Touch. That's actually so annoying. Right, especially since he gets the draw. Right, that is so annoying because our ramp through doesn't work on it because... What? Because it's gone to a 5/5, so we're gonna have to double block. Right? Like, how does that even work? It doesn't. It doesn't. This game's over. He just goes too hard, and then that Great Henge just gives him that little bit of extra. Oof. And he still gets the Scavenging Ooze in play. Oh, the Death Touch does work from the power. Interesting. I thought that was only from fight effects. I didn't think power triggered from Death Touch. Our Questing Beast is replaced. His dies. He's got the Great Henge, though. We've got 6 land in play. I think this is how it has to be. Right? If we can stabilize and come back here, this is going to be amazing. I'm not overly afraid of the ooze. Like, I get it can buff up, but we could, or should be at least able just to chump block it. There's no haste, or, sorry, trample on it. Oof. Iron Games, I guess, can stay. We'll draw it. Hopefully there's a land underneath it. No attacks. We're defending just in case he can buff up, wipe our terror with a fight effect, and then somehow, you know, if we didn't have a blocker, then he could just attack. But if we hold 2 blockers, he needs 2 removal spells, which is unlikely. So Ram Through still triggers from the Death Touch because it's the creature that's dealing the damage. It's not the Ram Through that's dealing the damage. Big shout out to Twitch chat for the clarification there. Alright, we got a Gem Razor here on top of this ooze. And it can still buff up by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow. It goes to 12. Good game. Shit. So he's got 6 mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? Goes to 12. Gross. Nice. It's pretty disgusting how big this creature can get, right? Just that Stonecoil Serpent. Oh, this is an ooze even. That's not the serpent. Nonetheless. I guess that's how he's exiling creatures right now. Oh, what a life. Right, I think he could go up to 12. He's got 2 more to do. We had to double block. Just blocking with a terror wouldn't have been enough. So we get the trade. Oh no, we don't get the trade. Down to 2 though, and no removal. Death touch, but the trample will slay us. Right, there's no way we get up to 12. Right, we can block 7. We still die. Want to buy a Death Touch, right? Another ramp through would be gold in here, but not quite lucky enough. A few misplays on our behalf, but that is part of the game. Learning and always improving, right? A lot of people think that's the hardest part, but it's just keeping a good attitude that is really key, right, during this experience. Keep you from getting salty and upset. Nonetheless, we learned a little bit. We'll let him smash in here. Alright, let's try one more match for the day. Last match of the day. Let's mulligan this and try to play without any misplays. You know, what may seem as an impossible feat for us. We'll get it though. Tossing our terror for 5. We don't have the land. Looks like a mirror match. Ooh, 2 questing beasts. I like that. But we need that next land. Let's toss it for now. Innkeeper, which will immediately get blasted so he doesn't get any draws. Taps to draw land with his giants. Acceptable. Let's get our own giant in play, I think. Playing land into our questing beast next turn. Let's just take the draw. Looking for that land. Brazen Borrower. Whatever, bro. Oh, we don't get it? Question mark? We bounced it before it would trigger. Stop it. Doubles down? Really? Isn't that interesting? Plays the flyer. Whatever. He's gonna need another one of those borrowers. We've got the giant that could have stomped it too, which seems silly to me. That Stonecoil Serpent will activate. Wow, he's doubling down on it. Wow. That's actually pretty good. Let's grab his draw engine, I guess. Not that he's got stuff to bring it back. I at least hope not. There's a big old giant, is the thing, right? Let's get that death touch out. Let's try to get 4 free damage. This has got a bounce effect. He's really relying on pulling one. Nice. That's actually pretty good. Oof, 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 oof. Those draws are really good. Doesn't attack either. Does not want to deal with it. We want to try to get this indestructible out. No attacks, playing defensively to block the beanstalk. Borrower for the draw. Disgusting. Land. Lucky Clover. Nice. Nice. Oof. Not good. Alright, let's get rid of that. Do some chip damage. So, do we snag the Innkeeper for his draw? Do we snag the Flyer because it deals damage to us? Or do we snag the Giant? Let's think about it after our draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We could push up. No attacks. Let's hold off for 1 turn. Hopefully he does not get, you know, a Brazen Borrower. Bone Crusher Giant, right? Nice. Stop it. That's so annoying. We needed that death touch. I guess we should have went for it. Right, wipes both of our creatures. That's so good. Our indestructible's gone. Oh! Wow. That's game. I can't even. We got close. We hesitated. We should have went for it, but, you know, whatever. That's a very nice top deck on his behalf. Stomp, Stomp. Who's here? You know, with a deck named Stomp, Stomp, you have to upgrade it with Stomp, right? Bone Crusher Giant is disgusting. This is such a high value card, similar to Brazen Borrower, which I'm sure we'll get to. You know, the virtual card advantage through the Heart of Keld and our Vivien is busted as well. Ramp also through the God of Destiny. Stonecoil Serpent is busted. Tries its best to replace, you know, the Pelt Collector. It's doing its best. Questing Beast is also a bomb. And then the draw engine's all there. What a day, you guys. We got smashed pretty hard, but we're having lots of people say that this deck's competitive even before the upgrades in Platinum. So maybe you can reach Diamond with it if you're committed to the Gruul train. I've just personally been struggling with Gruul a little bit. But again, I think this is a great deck. And before we go, I really want to thank you all for your time and attention. It does not go unnoticed. The channel numbers have been improving consistently. I thank you so much for literally making my dreams come true. Relatively new dream as well within the last few years, but the ability to have built this really instills some self-confidence within myself, and it's like, well, shit, maybe I could do other things I've wanted in life. All you have to do is focus on them and nothing else for 3 years straight. Commit 12 hours a day for 3 years, you'll get there. But regardless, it's better to do than not. So honestly, thank you all for spending your time here with me today, and a massive shout out to our financial support on Twitch, Patreon, YouTube, going above and beyond. This is totally uncalled for, but you guys are choosing to do so regardless, which warms my heart. Thank you so much. And, you know, in these hard times of COVID, a lot of people, even myself, are out of their regular jobs. So it goes a long ways, not only, you know, for myself, for survival. We talked about the KD dinners earlier for a joke, but, you know, a lot of people are just stuck at home. They're bored, and I've been able to put out 2 videos a day thanks to your guys' help. So it's not only me who's incredibly appreciative, but everyone else within the community as well. So a huge shout out from all of us here at Hello Good Game. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed Gruul Stomp, my upgrade guide. Again, don't worry about having all of these cards. Just use the standard list and then feed in what you have, and it will slowly improve as you continue to farm. Zendikar Rising comes out soon. We get rotation season, so you're going to get a little extra, you know, wild card support with that. It's not a lot, but it is a bit. And hopefully we get some busted cards in Zendikar that we can all take advantage of right away. So I hope you're excited. I know I am. Thank you for your support again. I hope you all have a great day. That's always the most important thing to me here, is that you guys all go enjoy yourselves. And we will see you on YouTube again a little bit later. Take care. Enjoy. Again, live every morning, 6 a.m. on YouTube, 7 on Twitch, and then 6 p.m. again on YouTube, Mountain Standard, in the Discord all day. Links for everything is in the description below. Don't forget to download MTGA Assistant. Link for that is also in the description. You get lots of cool information, deck stats, deck write-ups, videos, info about recent events. So if you want to take your Magic the Gathering Arena skill level or you know, knowledge awareness to the next level, the MTGA Assistant is exactly how you're going to do it. Link in the description below. Every download helps support your favorite creator, so I really appreciate it. Take care, and we'll see you soon.